Good morning, and thank you for coming out on such a gorgeous day today. Couldn't have picked a better day to have this ribbon cutting event here at North Woodland Park. I'm Doug Cupper. I'm the director of the City of Wichita's Parks and Recreation Department. And again, I want to thank you all for coming out here. We'll get into some of the big thank yous a little bit later, but this is one of the most important parks in this neighborhood, and we're just thankful that we were able to do so many new improvements up here for the community. I want to recognize one of our partners, Chris over here with La Familia. She manages the senior facility here at North Woodland Park called La Familia, and that's been a long-term relationship that we've had in this park, and Chris and the folks that she represents does an awful lot of good things for the community up in this neighborhood. I want to recognize some of my staff that's here today, because without their support and their diligence in making the plans come to fruition here at North Woodland Park, we wouldn't have such a gorgeous park to work with today. Larry Hoopmer, our principal planner, he's a licensed and educated landscape architect. He did most of the designs here, if not all of them. Larry, unfortunately, is a K-State grad, but we won't hold that against him. Back here in the back is David McGuire, the superintendent of parks. It's his folks that manage the grounds maintenance activities here to make the park at least look halfway presentable. It's also his staff through the forestry group that will take care of the trees that were planted with the help of AT&T. And through that efforts, we have Gary Ferris here, our arborist. Gary's folks in the green shirts are the ones that will take care of the trees now that they've been planted, and of course take care of the older trees in the community. And of course some of his folks are here again today to make sure that the trees are going to stay green. Right, guys? Also like to introduce a new representative to our workforce, Karen Holmes. She's our new superintendent of recreation. It'll be through her efforts that the ball field behind us will be programmed and at least maintained and operated for this community. And she's the partner that actually brings the people out to our parks, and she's growing our recreation department as we speak. And I want to thank her for coming out today as well. We have Stacy Ham over here on my left. She's taking the still photographs today. Stacy is our marketing and development coordinator for the Parks and Recreation Department, and she's going to want to be talking to the Pioneer folks and the AT&T folks a little bit more, see if we can't get a long-term relationship going as it relates to developing our parks and broadening it beyond North Woodland Park. But with those endeavors put aside, I'd like to invite a person that's really important to me, and she has been for almost 10 years now, our city council person for this district, Janet Miller, who also had been our prior board president. So let's welcome Janet Miller.
Neither Doug's nor my hair was this white when we first knew each other, although I don't think it's emblematic of any difficulties we've had, just the passing of years. So thank you all so much for being here. It's so much fun to be outside in the fall. It's my favorite time of year, and I've got to say it's more fun than discussing trash or IRBs or other kinds of things from the big chairs in the city council office. And this project really epitomizes something that I value in so many ways, and that is partnerships. We have pulled together through the generosity of many partners here what you see before you today. There was a long time coming. The capital improvement funds in the city CIP to make some improvements here. We had about $190,000, and while one would think that those dollars would go pretty quickly, in fact, or go pretty far, in fact, they can go pretty quickly when you know the cost of structures like this and the price of concrete and even the new lighting system around here and the new walking path that has been put in here. And so Doug and his staff had come out and had worked with the El Pueblo Neighborhood Association and had talked with representatives of La Familia to find out what the community around this park would like to see in the park. And they drew pictures on paper and made lists, and we don't have quite everything that we envisioned that day. But one of the things that the community really, really wanted was a picnic shelter, a community gathering place. And with the money that we had available, Larry, in addition to every man a wildcat, Larry, I'm also a wildcat. Larry can stretch a buck about as far as anybody I've ever seen, and he managed to make the dollars go a long, long way. Part of that was because we had a lot of our own staff put in many hours rather than hiring contractors. That means they pulled a lot of extra duty. But the shelter that we had planned for the park was much smaller. It would have only fit 2 picnic tables, which gatherings in this park often include extended families, which are many more than 2 picnic tables. So that was going to be a problem. And then the most amazing thing happened, and that was that Cherie contacted the city of Wichita and was thinking about a project. And it was almost a miracle. I think maybe it was. It was the answer to the shelter difficulty. With the funds that AT&T brought forward, we were able to enlarge the size of the shelter to what you see today. And beyond that, we've had community work days, some of which the work you may not notice, one of which is there's probably a dump truck load of low-hanging branches hanging off these trees, the bigwood trees that have been trimmed off. My pectoral muscles got a workout a few weeks ago. And also the picnic tables behind La Familia have all been repainted, and they're beautiful. There was lots of other work done with weeding and planting, and we had these staff were here to help plant the trees, but a lot of the pioneers came out also, which again added to the dollars that we had, stretched them even further. So I just want everyone to realize that I really, really value, and I know this community values, pulling together and bringing together these new assets in this park. And I thank you all for coming out. I invite you all here for future events that you might have. I do want to thank the contractor Descon, who, when we did have to have assistance with building, is there anyone from Descon here? Gentlemen, thank you very much for the work that you put in on this. Community members who live in this area, thank you very much for your support. We appreciate everything that you've done, and we hope you enjoy this new amenity. Abel Perez is our president of the Wichita Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Thank you for being here. Maybe we should think about having a chamber picnic or something out here one of these days. And I really want to thank all of our elected officials. Mr. Hahn, whom I'm going to be introducing next, is going to recognize all of you. But without you making sure that we have funding, which includes liquor tax funding, which funds programs and other things for our parks, these kinds of projects and our recreation programs would not be possible. And so remember that when you're in Topeka. We really value your support of those programs. So again, thank you, Doug. Thank you, Wichita Forestry and Park Department staff. There's Anna. There's one of our neighborhood residents. Thank you so much for coming out. We are just delighted today. And I would like to introduce to you Mr. Steve Hahn of AT&T, who's going to share some information about the foundation and also the Pioneer program. Thank you all so very much again for being here.
Thank you, Janet, and thank you, Doug. And I would echo Doug and Janet's comments about the weather and what a fine day to be here today. I'd also mention that the graying in my hair doesn't come from the job. The job's a piece of cake. I chase 2 4-year-old sons around. That's where it comes from me, and I have no doubt if they were here today, they would be head first down those slides or pushing each other off the tables or something else that would would be making my hair turn gray by the minute. As president of AT&T Kansas, I get the opportunity to represent our company in a lot of capacities. It's things like this today that are the absolute best part of this job. I stand here as an individual, but I really represent the hundreds of AT&T employees and retirees that live right here in this community, the thousands that live across our great state. The AT&T Foundation, which is the philanthropic arm of AT&T, has spent many years and invests significant resources to advance education, to strengthen communities and improve lives. And we do this in the communities where we and our customers, where we live, where we raise families, and where we work and play. Last year alone, I'm proud to say, in 2010, in the state of Kansas, AT&T and its employees contributed over $530,000 through corporate, employee, and AT&T giving programs. Joining the foundation and contributing to this project, of course, is the Pioneers. Pioneers is a group that often doesn't receive a lot of attention, and they should. They do such great work that I'm really happy that all of you have come out here today, and I'm really pleased to be able to help shine some light on their efforts. The North Woodland Park project is one of 21 projects across North America that are funded this year through the Pioneer Volunteer Community Grant Program, which is a program that helps commemorate the 100-year anniversary of Pioneers. Local Pioneer units were offered the opportunity to select a community program to donate time and resources to, and I'm just thrilled to say that the North Woodland Park project received the largest single donation in North America under the program. So as I just noted, Pioneers are celebrating their 100th anniversary, so let me take a moment to tell you a little bit about the organization. 100 years means hundreds of projects, actually probably thousands of projects, ranging from everything from fostering literacy to helping the disabled. The organization was founded in 1911, and then it existed in terms of just over 700 members, one of whom, you'd be interested to note, was Alexander Graham Bell himself. Today, the organization is the world's largest industry-specific organization of employees and retirees dedicated to community service. Pioneers volunteer more than 15 million hours every year. It's a dedicated, diverse network of current and retired telecommunication employees across the United States and Canada, and it's steadily grown through grassroots efforts to spread its mission of service, country to country, state to state, city to city, and neighbor to neighbor. And I think you can see that that mission is really exemplified in this project today. In highlighting the great work of the Pioneers, I'd like to specifically recognize Cherie Jones, president of the Kansas Pioneers. Cherie, your leadership is one of the reasons that the Pioneers have such a tremendous impact on our state, and I thank you for everything that you do. And finally, as Janet mentioned, I'd like to recognize our state legislators that are here today. They work tirelessly in Topeka to create a positive business climate, a business climate that allows companies like AT&T to invest heavily in the products and services that our customers want. And in turn, through the AT&T Foundation, a growing and successful company is able to reinvest in the communities it serves, just like we're here today. So a very big thanks to Senator Aletha Faust-Goudeau, Representative Niall Dillmore, Representative Ponkawee Vickers, Representative Jim Ward, and Gail Finney. Thank you guys for being here today. Thank you for everything that you do in Topeka. And thanks for giving me the opportunity to speak for a few moments. Doug?
Thank you. Appreciate it. Move on to the event that we all came to North Woodland Park for today. I'd like the state representatives to take a position at the red ribbon if we could. 1, 2, 3. Hey! Let there be picnics.